Hello and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to go through the sorry, my throat is awful. I've just got rid of just getting rid of a chest infection as we go. Yeah. So yeah, today I'm going through the menu builder, how to set up your categories, items, modifier groups, anything like that, etc. How to actually add your menu into our system. This is the full walkthrough how to do so. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Do you know what? I'm really annoyed though. Just want to get this out there. I did record this video, like literally started it half an hour ago. It was a 25-minute video, and the office cat has just, whilst I was outside just grabbing something, has must have stood on the mute button and muted it because I definitely didn't mute it myself. So my microphone was muted for 25 minutes. I was yapping and talking how to do this, and it got muted. So anyway, let's just get that over and done with, out of the way with. We make our mistakes, we carry on, we go. It's recording now. I did test it, so let's go on to there. So as you can see as well, yeah, I already added this new category here. So what we do essentially is to add a category. Sorry, I'll just walk you through the interface itself at a minute, so sorry. So the categories left hand side, items right hand side, and then your modifier groups are all the way at the bottom here. So if you started adding a lot of items and you're seeing every time you scroll, it's all here. This is something we need to get rid of actually. It really is my pet peeve at the minute that I need to get on and get rid of. So if you just change it to new category here, you're not going to scroll through all these. If you change it to any of these categories here, you're not going to scroll through all your items. So let's just get that out of the way with just one little UI thing that we should have sorted out really. The categories here, they're drag and drop, so you can easily really drag and drop it and easily do it. I definitely recommend setting up your menu on a computer if you can. Tablets are also quite good. Phone, not bad, but I would suggest obviously a computer or a tablet, something with a nice big screen that you can see it all in front of you. So yeah, if you click add category here, you're going to get all these options anyway, but I'm just going to show you on an existing category that I've already done. So I added a new category here, the description here. Sort order honestly doesn't matter at all because our drag and drop is the default setting for this anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. We've got visibility settings here, so you can show this category in kiosk, online ordering, or pause, or if you don't want to show it on your kiosk, you can just really quickly, easily just disable that there. You can add your image here. So if you add an image for this category item, it's going to show on the POS, the online, and the kiosk as default. But obviously you can add a button color here and a text color for that button as well. So if we go here, this is where we can override that. So say you want the image to show on online and kiosk only, but you want on the POS you prefer just colors and nice and plain and simple. You know, like the old Sam 4S tills that had the colors on there, and you had to. You thought you was a engineer trying to get these buttons to click and change the price and stuff. Yeah, you get what I mean. So yeah, the colors there. And then schedule availability as well. So say if this is like a gluten-free category, for example, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. If this was a gluten-free category and it's only available at certain days or times, you can add these rules here. So you can go, okay, this is only available weekly. And it's only available from 12:53 until 1:53, for example. So lunchtime deals, for example, might be a better example. Or again, if this is only available fortnightly, so you'd set the this is more like a gluten-free option really, to be fair. If this is only available fortnightly, you'd go start time and then every other week Sunday, the anchor date, this is the next one, and then it'll just go forward and so forth from there. You wouldn't have to do this every single week or fortnightly basically. So yeah, we're going to delete that there, save the rules, and then go back off that scheduled availability. So yeah, that was pretty much it for the categories. Yeah, that was it for the categories. So I've got this test item already added here, so I'm just going to remove that there. And then also I'm going to remove what I added earlier as well in that fail video, just so that we can go for that. Okay, it's not going to let me delete it because I am in developer mode, so I forgot about that. So we're just going to add a new one. That's absolutely fine, no problem. So what I like to do personally when I set up a menu for a shop, or if I am setting up my own menu, I like to get the modifier groups out of the way. So I always think, okay, what item am I adding? I'm adding a fish and chips. And for that fish and chips, I want 3 different modifier groups. I want so that the customer can select the fish type, or obviously the staff can select the fish type in the POS, the fish type, the size, and the salt and vinegar for the chips, of course, and then obviously the fish if they really want it on the fish as well. So I just adjust myself. So we've got it all added here. So I'm just going to add fish type again as a second option just to get it out of the way. Or let's do size actually. Yeah, let's do size number 2. We've already added fish type here. So we've added cod and haddock. So I'm going to walk you through how to add another one and what all these different settings mean, because there is a lot to it. And obviously I appreciate it's easy to do. It's not hard to do. It's just overwhelming. There's so many options and choices to have. It is just a little bit overwhelming sometimes. So we are going to go fish size 2, so we know which one it is, and then the type we're going to add it as required or optional. Optional is more for like multiple choice ones, and if it's an optional choice to add, so say like extras or something, or do you want to add mushy peas curry sauce or something like that. If you add your menus like that, then that would be like that. Required though, I'm going to set this for required because fish size would be required. And then minimum selections 1, max selections 1. So that's most likely what you're going to do for fish size. But I appreciate obviously if it's like a pizza, for example, with the toppings, you can have as much max selections as you want. And then as well here, which is quite cool, you can include so many for free as well. And then obviously after that, so many, it gets charged at the full price. And then this is for more like a mix and match thing here. So say exactly the example here, 4 sausages and can mix and match. So say if you've set a deal up where they get 4 sausages, 2 chips and 2 drinks. That can be a mix and match there, so they can really easily select if they want to order 4 sausages, 2 chips and 2 drinks. So if they want to have 4 different sausages, this was the sausage one for example, battered or plain, they can have 4 different sausages. They can select battered twice, plain twice, for example, or 3 battered, 1 plain. So we're going to save that there, and that automatically gets added down here. So we're going to look for fish size 2, what we just created. It's a required one here. You can also clone them, delete them, edit them, and then this button here works like this. So you can just click anywhere along here, and it'll open up them options. So we're going to add our option here, medium. So sorry as well, just another note. I like to always put it in capitals, just because of the pure fact that when you're on a POS system or even online, it just looks cleaner. It's so much easier to look at, and it's easy on the eye when you can just see something in capitals. It's like with a TV menu screen. If you've got TV menu screens in your shop, if they're all in capitals, it's just so easy to just look at straight away and be like, yep, that's it there. That's what I want. You can set the price here, so I'm going to leave this one as default as 0 for now. And then you can hide it from kitchen display as well. So we're not going to do that because obviously this is fish. The kitchen needs to know about the fish. Ignore this one for now. This is for the interactive ordering channel. I will go into that into another video. Don't worry about it for now in this menu builder. And then you've got your allergens and dietary labels here as well. So you've got all your different ones that you can add for this specific modifier to. So we've also got, when selected, also show these optional groups. So say for example this is a make it a meal option, so it's called make it a meal, and if they make it a meal you're going to show another one so that they can choose their can, for example. So if they can choose their can, that's what they do. You add drinks, for example. So that's really cool as well. It's not going to show as default, it's not going to look really messy or anything. That just pops up when they've selected make it a meal. So we're going to save that, and we're going to add another one, and we're going to call this one large. And then we're going to charge an extra £2.50 for this large. And then the rest we're going to leave the exact same as we did before. So what this will do, I'm going to show you when you add an item now. So the item is a base price. So say for example if we go fish here. So this base price here for fish and chips here is £13. If I set medium to 0, that medium's going to be £13. If I set large to £2.50, that large is now going to be £15.50 added. So we're going to go back to this new category here, and we're going to add this item, fish and chips. So let's add fish and chips here. We've got the description here. IOC voice slices, don't worry about that again. That's for the interactive ordering channel. A whole different video, whole different gravy. So don't worry about that. You've got your SKU product code here for your sake there, and then you assign the category there. You need to assign the category. You can't assign it no category. It won't work. It needs to be assigned a category. And if you're thinking, oh, how do I hide the items then? In case it's like a seasonal item that I don't want to show you, can just simply delete it. It doesn't delete it. It goes as archived. I'll show you after. Active, in stock, and obviously hide from kitchen display. All very simple. If it's inactive, no one's going to be able to order it or see it. If it's active, it's orderable and seeable. And then same with the visibility settings in the category. We got the same for the items as well. So whether it's visible in any of these areas. POS display settings. So if we've added an image down here, it's going to show the image if you've got this enabled. If it's disabled, it's just going to show it as a button, like I'm going to show you in the POS at some point anyway. And then, of course, you can show your stock level here as well. So say if you've got an item that you've only got 3 of, and you've got this enabled, staff then know straight away. It's not going to be like an error or something like that. When someone orders 3 fish, but you've only got 2 available, it's not going to let them do that. It's going to show them there, okay, this is how many you've got left, so that they can manage the customer's expectations better, basically. It's a cool little thing. Gift card, I'm going to go into a whole different video as well. Do not worry about this for now, unless you are really worried and you are trying to add a gift card. Then it is going to be covered in a whole separate video, don't worry. Lead time in minutes. So everywhere on our system, so online ordering, Sophie Voice, different areas of ordering, you've got a lead time, a default lead time. So say, for example, collection's 15 minutes, delivery is 45 minutes. If I say this item's got an extra 5-minute lead time, that's going to bump up the lead time. When someone automatically orders this item, it's going to tell them it's not going to be ready in 15 minutes, it's going to be ready in 20 minutes. It's not going to say anything about 15 minutes, essentially, unless they order not this item. So if they order this item, it's going to show as a 20-minute lead time now if I've got a 15-minute lead time set as before. So this is our sell price here. So if we call this one £12.50, that means our medium now is £12.50 and the large is £15, because the largest we added as a £2.50 extra. Cost price, you can enter your cost price here as well. This is for mainly pizzas. This is base toppings for pizza deals. So say, for example, as Domino's is a perfect example, their barbecue Texas, they've got 4 toppings in there included. And a margarita would be 0 toppings essentially included. So this is mainly for deals. So like Domino's have got like a large price slice deal, so £14, and they can have Collection Perfection is more of a better example. They've got a Collection Perfection, any 4 toppings for £12.99 or whatever it is, but the pizza's only limited to 4 toppings, so we can add that there, and then if that automatically applies the deal, then it's going to understand. No one's got this system where the deal's automatically applied as well, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously, tax rate, tenant default there. You can set your tax rate settings in the settings. Most just leave it plain just because we're in the UK. Bag type here. So you can set different bag types, large and small. So say if we've got... I always use fish and chips as an example because I just grew up in a fish and chip shop. That's just me. From the age of 12, I've grew up in there and worked in there. From the age of 7, 8, I've grew up in there and gone and got chips from my dad whenever I wanted. With fish and chips, we've got corrugated cardboard boxes, and most of these corrugated cardboard boxes do not fit in a small bag. They'll only fit in a large big bag that we get from our suppliers. So what we've added is a bag type setting system here, and then in POS settings you can actually change the settings how you want. So what happens is I'm trying to find the best way to explain it in the easiest way possible. So you can set in them POS settings a different carrier bag. So small at 10p, for example, large at 20p. And this item, if this is set to large, our automatic bag handler is only going to automatically add a large bag because this item was ordered. And it's not like every other system out there that when the government added this bag charge, everyone scrambled to add a new category, bags, add a new item, small bag, large bag, and then they just had to make sure that staff were adding these bags onto the orders. So yeah, what it is essentially, this is automatic. We've made it automatic so that anytime a customer orders on, whether it be on the POS online. Of course, yeah, if you've enabled it, you don't need to have this enabled. This is only obviously if you've got it enabled in our POS settings. So yeah, just automatic bags basically. It will automatically work out the best bag, and you can add how many items you can fit in each bag based on your experience and based on how you prefer to pack your bags. Every shop owner has their own way. Available for order types. So this is essentially just what it says really. So whether this item is available for dine-in, delivery, walk-in, collection, or takeaway. So yeah, and then you've got the price overrides here as well. So if you've got our aggregator integration with Hubrise, this will add another box here saying aggregator. So you can have different prices for different modes. So say if on delivery we want this to be £13.50, £1 extra for delivery, not £12.50. You can set that here really easily. Button color, this is the same with the category as well. So instead of showing a what you call it, we're just going to do this a little bit of light purple. So instead of showing an image, this is going to show a button color instead of the image, because I've not added an image, and then also I've not set it to show that image. Allergens as well, you add your allergens, may contain any dietary labels there as well. And then what is scheduled to be released as well is like a custom thing as well, so you can add custom ones. Obviously these are the main 14 allergens. These are a lot of the may contains, but there may be a few more that's missing for dietary labels that people might want as well. So yeah. And then goes well with, this is for upselling. So we can add here, this fish and chips goes well with tartar sauce and it's a high priority, and it goes well with mushy peas and it's a high priority. If you've got our upsell enabled in the POS settings, this will automatically recommend these goes well with upsells basically, and also in the online ordering and the kiosk. It will automatically do that as well. And then Sophie can actually read from these as well. AI voice assistant can read from these as well and automatically cross-sell the suggestions if you've got it enabled. And then of course this is where you add your item image. So before creating the item, these will all save, by the way, if you go to any of these pages, so don't worry about that. Inventory here, I'm going to go into inventory on a whole nother video because it's so advanced. I am going to go into a different video on its own. But basically you can create a new inventory item from this menu item, or you can link it to existing stocks, so like batter and cod, which is obviously the main two ingredients of a fish. And then you go to modifiers here. This is where you're going to add these modifier groups. So first we are going to add fish type, so that's our cod or haddock. And then we're going to add our fish size 2 that we recently added. And then again, we are going to add our salt and vinegar option. So we've added these groups. Now we just need to simply create the item. And that's it. The item is created. And the modifier groups are selected and connected to it. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to quickly have a look and test it. So if we go to pause here, and we go to walk-in, and you're going to see here our new category here. And there we go. Fish and chips is there, and once we click on it, it's going to show all our modifier groups that we just attached to it. So fish type, our medium, and our large. So if we go large there, it changes the price there, and then salt and vinegar, and add it to cart easily. So yeah, that's how to add our how to add categories, items, and modifier groups to our menu builder. It is super easy. Once you've got the hang of it and added a few items, you will understand it like no tomorrow. Super easy to do, and the only thing that is with it is obviously it's just a little bit overwhelming. That's all. There's so much to it. Where we cater for all sorts of takeaways, there's just a lot of things to it. That's all. That's why we've added it like that, so that it's really, really full power, and it's got everything you absolutely necessarily need to ensure that your menu is right on your system. Because essentially that's what we are. We're not just a little POS system that you borrow from us for 50, 60, 70 odd pound a month. We're a lot cheaper than that. But we are essentially a whole operating system and brain for your takeaway. So yeah, thanks for watching. This has been another video, and I've got a whole lot more videos to get out today, so I will leave you with this one.